Doors is a popular game made in Roblox by Elsplash. The game went viral later in the year with over 1 billion visits. Hey there DSA, I'm Yana Gonzalez, and today we'll be talking about Roblox Doors. This has 3 chapters: entities, floors, and shop. Doors is mainly about surviving a haunted hotel in which you may not be able to escape. The player's objective is to reach door 100 and try to fix the elevator power and escape. There are 21 entities, 18 in the normal area or the hotel except for now, and 3 in the rooms, of which we will cover 9 in the hotel. Most of the entities are hard to go through, such as Seek and Figure. We will talk about the easy one, starting with Rush. Rush is an entity that mostly appears during in-game. That could be when starting the game, in mid-game, or even at the ending. And this entity and Ambush can be avoided by hiding in the closet. Speaking of Ambush, Ambush is the same thing as Rush, but it's 2 times faster than Rush, and it can come back and forth about 2 to 4 times. We will now talk about Screech. Screech is an entity that only appears in any of the rooms that has no power. And if that happens, he will appear behind you, either at the top, bottom, left, or right. And in order to avoid him, you need to look at his face so that he can go away. We will now talk about the first entities with animations of your gameplay, and that is Seek and Figure. But we'll first talk about Seek. Seek is a chasing entity. From what I mean is that every time you go through around door 30, eyes will start to pop out from about 3 to 6 doors. The more doors you go through, the more eyes will pop out. And that's when the Seek chase begins. Once you have entered the long hallway, when you get near the door, the Seek will start to rise up from the floor and will chase you around 5 doors. And unable to escape from it, you must reach all the way to the door and close the door in front of his face. The next entity with animations of your gameplay is Figure. Figure is an entity that only appears in 2 doors, door 50 and door 100. In door 50, players have to find at least 7 or 8 codes that are located anywhere in the room and use the correct code to unlock the door, which is located at the other side. And enable for them to guess the code, there is a paper in a desk that tells them the code. Now for the door 100, technically what players have to do is that they have to find at least 10 breakers that will turn on the power to the elevator. Once they have turned on the elevator power, they have to run back upstairs, get on the elevator, and they escape. The next monster is technically not an entity, but it's still part of Roblox Doors, and its name is Timothy the Spider. Timothy doesn't do that much. He only appears in any of the hotel drawers, and when a player opens the drawers, Timothy will attack them and will take away at least 10% health. And now we'll be talking about Ice. Ice is an entity that only appears in any of the rooms. Not very often, but if he does, you must look away. If you're looking straight at him, he will take about 10 or 30% of your health. We'll now talk about Halt. Halt is a monster that does 30 to 50 damage per time you walk into it. To avoid Halt damaging you, simply just go back a little bit or stay still, which is very risky to do. And unable to avoid Halt, you have to open the door in front of you. We will now talk about the last and final entity for this part 1, and that is Glitch. Glitch is an unknown entity, yet it only appears when the glitched door or you are far behind your friends. Yet it has this appearance of a glitchy screen. Anyways guys, we're going to go ahead and leave it here for part 1, and we'll talk about more in part 2 about Roblox Doors. My name is Yana Gonzalez, and I will see you guys in part 2.